Yes, everybody, good evening and welcome along to Forever United TV. This is a double show tonight. We've got all of your news and build up to the game. The news is big. The news is very big. We're going to get through all of that first of all. Straight after this show, short little break and then into the watch along tonight here on Forever United TV for Manchester United's away trip to Grimsby in the second round of the Carabao Cup. So a very, very busy night. Stay with us. Get into the comment section. Give me your thoughts on everything that's going on. First of all, before we get to any thoughts of who is going to be playing, what's going on at Grimsby and the Carabao Cup and Ruben Amorim's need to win and everything, we have to look at the future of our players. We have a ton of news to get through tonight with a big update on Kobie Mainoo, first of all, from Fabrizio Romano and what's going on there. Then we've got updates on Casemiro, where we're at with the situation with the bomb squad players as well, including Garnacho, and a positive update on that side of things as well coming your way. That bomb squad picture, I'm sure you've seen it on social media. We'll get into that as well. Absolute joke. Honestly, this club and some of the people in it, it just goes to different levels. It really does. And I'll talk about that in a minute. Let's get through the big stuff first of all. Welcome along to the show, everybody. Like I just said, a very, very busy night ahead. Appreciate all of your support as always as we go through all of these different shows. We're changing things up on Forever United TV. The watch-alongs and the matchday content is going to be going to a different level very, very soon. As soon as this weekend, in fact. And you'll see what's coming up very, very soon. But tonight, again, stay with us. Get your comments in. Talk to us about everything that's in your mind right now with all of this news going on. We're going to start with Kobie Mainoo. We're going to start with what has been said. And all of a sudden, what we're looking at here is Manchester United actually having meetings this evening regarding Kobie Mainoo. Now, I'm not thinking or anything here. I've just seen what Romano has put down. And he says there will soon be meetings between all parties, including Ruben Amorim, to discuss the future of Kobie Mainoo. Now, we all know the stance of Manchester United. Pretty much every single comment that comes out of Manchester United, anything leaked to the media, is Kobie's not for sale. But United have to be very, very delicate with this situation. And by that I mean that you cannot be seen to be looking to push out one of Manchester United fan favourites. He is a player that has come through the academy. I know that's not counted for much in recent years, and obviously we're seeing some bad examples of that. But this is a lad, Manchester lad, who's come through United's academy that's not kicked up 1 ounce of stink. He hasn't caused any problems for Manchester United. Yes, his agent is trying to negotiate a ridiculous wage for him, and United will stand firm on that, and that's normal. I don't think United are going to pay Kobie what he wants, but there is always a compromise there. And one thing we need to remember with all of this is Kobie Mainoo does not want to leave Manchester United. He is a boyhood Manchester United fan from Manchester who wants to play out the rest of his career at Manchester United. It might be a bit of an exaggeration in saying the rest of his career at Manchester United there, but right now, as a 20-year-old lad who has just broken onto the scene at Manchester United, he wants to be here and amongst it and be a success with United. That's it, really. That's where his stance is on this. But the concern is that Kobie Mainoo is not getting the amount of game time that he wants right now, and Kobie Mainoo is concerned about whether or not he's going to feature under Ruben Amorim. And this is where it's caused all of the problems. This is where we're now looking at a situation where United are actually holding meetings. I always will take what Romano says as definite. And so when Romano says this, and I'll read it out to you again, and then what do you take from it? Honestly, there will soon be meetings between all parties, including Ruben Amorim, to discuss the future of Kobie Mainoo in the coming hours as well, has been said. And now, obviously, I'm thinking that these meetings have already been had. I think we're just a bit behind on the news. But the future of Kobie Mainoo, why, 2 games into a season, are there meetings going on about Kobie Mainoo's future? Look, I'm sorry. We've had a whole pre-season. Just because he's not featured in the first 2 games, why does that warrant emergency meetings? Why does that warrant the future of Kobie Mainoo to be hot topic amongst Manchester United's regime hierarchy right now? What's going on? you have to ask the question as to, it's a little bit unclear right now as to where Kobie Mainoo's head's at and where Manchester United see him. Because if Kobie Mainoo sees himself as playing regular football leading up to the World Cup, he may come unstuck. And maybe this is private conversation that's gone on behind the scenes between Ruben and Kobie Mainoo, and he doesn't feel like that's enough for him. So we heard the stories about before. Manchester United would be open to selling Kobie Mainoo. He's open to moving. Every single outlet out there right now is talking about that, from Sky Sports to The Athletic to TalkSport to everything. TV, publications and radio and online accounts as well, all saying exactly the same thing. So the latest I've seen on this in terms of where we're at with Kobie Mainoo, from what Romano said there, has come again from Sam Wallace. Kobie Mainoo is currently not for sale at Manchester United in the final days of the window. Again, very, very, very clever choice of words. Currently. And this is all anybody is saying right now. Everybody is saying that Kobie Mainoo wants to be at Manchester United. United want to keep Kobie Mainoo. But if a big bid comes in, like Andy Mitten of The Athletic and United We Stand fanzine says, then if a big bid comes in, United will most definitely look at it. But I said it at the top of the show. The problem that we've got here is the problem the fans have got. And the fans have got a problem in selling one of their own in the midst of all of this crap going on at Manchester United at the moment. For instance, if you're going to sell Kobie Mainoo, be prepared to get absolute pelters. And this is going to go against Ruben Amorim. It will. Because if results don't get better and Kobie Mainoo is sold because a big bid does come in, if, I'm not saying yes, if, remember how I'm talking here and what's being said, that big bid's there, United take it, and say, for instance, nobody else comes in, I don't think Ruben survives. I think that is a bold statement, and you're probably saying that's a bit extreme, Adam, isn't it? But Ruben's record, Bruno Fernandes playing in the position he shouldn't be playing, Manuel Ugarte and Casemiro ahead of Manchester-born and future star of the football club, Kobie Mainoo, and then he's sold before any of the nightmare players, that will not go down well. And if, indeed, Ruben Amorim is okay with this, and he says that this is okay from his side, I'm pretty certain he will know the situation and will know how much this is going to impact. And you can never be impacted by outside influence, and that includes the fans, of course, but you can never be fully impacted and say that I have to go with this because it's what the fans want. You have to know what you want to do as a manager. You have to know what you want to do as a coach, and you will have a plan going forward. And this, I think, is where Ruben Amorim is right now. He's very, very strict on what he wants. He knows what he wants, and there is a forward plan going ahead with Manchester United for him. We know what it is. We might not agree with it right now in the way that we're playing and the way that he's setting things up, but in his mind, he knows what he wants. And at the moment, it's not Kobie Mainoo. Kobie Mainoo is a plan for the future of Manchester United, but can Kobie Mainoo wait for Manchester United to make up their mind on what they want to do and who is going to go in the future? He wants to be part of this World Cup. He was on the first name, one of the first names on the team sheet in the Euros next to Jude Bellingham, and he's had that taste. He knows what success is right now, and he sees himself as a main part of that England squad and Manchester United, and being left out and not used at all in the first two games has sent him to this point. And where we're at right now is United really are thinking and contemplating, if a bid comes in, to let go of Kobie Mainoo. So what happens in these actual meetings? Again, the fact that we're having meetings concerns me, because that makes me feel like there is a problem behind the scenes, and quite clearly there is now. There's too much smoke, and there is definitely a fire there behind the scenes at Manchester United between Mainoo. I don't think it's necessarily Ruben Amorim. I think there's amicable conversations going on. I would think there would be anyway, but like Manchester United right now, and the fan base and where it's at, and the unrest within the fan base, can you imagine? I'm painting the picture. Ruben Amorim suffering, not getting results, things not going well on the pitch, and you sell Kobie Mainoo before some of the other idiots at this football club. And idiots, I mean people like Jadon Sancho, who has taken a picture inside the new Carrington, inside the changing rooms, alongside the likes of Anthony Antero Malacia, with Lisandro Martinez squeezed in the middle of that. Pains me to see Lisandro in that picture, to be honest, but he knows, Jadon Sancho, exactly what he is doing. He has just turned down a chance to move to Roma, and he's sat inside Carrington taking pictures of himself, selfies with other players that are not wanted. I worked it out. It's approximately £425,000 worth a week of players that are not doing anything for Manchester United, sat in the changing rooms of that brand new complex. I'm not blaming the players either, though. It's United that's the problem here. They're just taking the mick out of us right now. And that's a sorry state of affairs and where we're at. And can you imagine they're sat there doing that, and then United are actually having conversations about moving Kobie on? I'm like I said, just painting a picture of how this fan base is actually going to react to this, and it's not in a positive way. And there's only one man that they'll go for because the results are not the same, and that's Ruben. It just heaps so much more pressure. And my big question in this, and before I come to the comment section, my big question and all of this, and you may have heard me say it just a moment ago as well, actually, is why now? Why two games into the season are these conversations and meetings going on that Romano says are happening? Why? We've just had a whole pre-season, 2 months worth, with no international tournaments and everybody fit and there. The tour, the home games, everything, preparation. Like, why now all of a sudden are we having these meetings? It's because United are doing crap. That's exactly why I feel it's happening. And all of a sudden, panic buttons are being pressed everywhere. And it's making Manchester United look... I don't know. You tell me how you think it's making Manchester United look right now. Because it's not good, is it? It really isn't good. So, let's get into the comment section on this first of all. Lee Cape Town with a super chat says, "Hi Adam and everyone. I'm not worried about players and noise from the media. I support the club first and the players after that. Don't care who leaves or stays. United is bigger than any player." Yeah, it is. It is. But at the moment, it could have repercussions on to the likes of Ruben Amorim, I think, is the bigger part in this one here. Because he's going to be seen as the manager that doesn't want to use Kobie Mainoo, and then in cahoots with his best mate at the moment at United, Sir Jim Radcliffe. It's just going to give fuel to the fans, actually, who are really against this whole regime at the moment. And they're going to use that to their advantage and go against Man United with all of this. It's a mental one. If Kobie Mainoo goes, there has to be a massive investment just to stem the flow of hate going around Manchester United. There has to be a huge investment in to somebody else coming in. It's absolute carnage right now. And all of a sudden, just when the football starts, all of this is going on. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Don't forget, everybody, right after this show, again, the poll is up there as well. Are you coming along to the watch along? We're going to do this straight after the live show today with all of this news, and then get right into the watch along as well, because the game is on tonight. We've got it covered here on Forever United TV, so come and join us for that, please, as well. More comments coming in. Amorim isn't going anywhere. He's only been at United for 8 months. He hasn't got all the players he needs for the system. Alan, I know, and I want to believe you, and there is an element to what you're saying there that needs to happen at Manchester United, but United cannot be languishing where they are in the league, and his record is absolutely awful. He needs wins. All we need is United to start winning a few games just to bump that record up a little bit and give himself a little bit of time. But with every poor result, puts more pressure on the board to do something about Ruben Amorim. Manchester United cannot go, and I said this before, 2 seasons without European football. It would absolutely destroy the club and the plans going forward. Everything gets affected by it. Another day passes without the 4 bomb squad and Rasmus going. I don't trust these owners one bit. I said, we're never ever going to have a simple transfer window with these players in situ at the moment. What we're going to look at here is just give the transfer window its time. It will eventually play out and we can judge it then. I think I was saying this earlier on to people. Everyone getting frustrated about things not happening at the moment at United, but let's just see where we're at the end of the transfer window. I think that's important to remember as well. Has anyone said that maybe Mainoo is the one saying he wants to go because of the game time? Look what Palmer has done. It could well be the case. It could well be the case that Kobie is the one driving this, but we're not going to know, and we won't know either. We won't know until he leaves or if he stays. Obviously, the contract is a big thing here, and I don't know if it's his agent driving this and pushing it to where we are now. It's obviously a very, very awkward, tense situation at the moment. And I said this earlier on. I was talking and I said the only reason that we're talking about Kobie Mainoo right now is because Man United are doing bad. And he's being left out, and United are not getting any results. Like, no goals scored from ourselves and 1 point. It's not great. And when Ruben's bringing on centre-backs instead of Kobie Mainoo when we're trying to win a game, questions are going to be asked. Ericsson not replaced. Collier not replaced. If Kobie goes, who will play midfield? Luckily, we will still have Agate and Casemiro for the foreseeable future. We are fudged, says TK. Goldstone Gold says, under a decent coach, the bomb squad get called the bomb squad because they are destroying the opposition. Should have gotten Frank. If, buts, maybes, hindsight's a great thing. I just don't think Frank would have had the same impact as he is at Tottenham right now. Well, you never know. Never know. Watching the game live, Adam, that's good. Come watch it live with us here on the watch along. Thank you everyone who is coming afterwards. Make sure you do stay tuned for that. That is coming on straight after this live show as well. Any more thoughts on Kobie Mainoo here as well? 2 seasons ago, Kobie was the next big star, and now he's being called all sorts. He is a 10 and always was. We have no to mercy 10s. No. Oh, too many 10s, end of. Yeah, we do. We have an unbalanced squad. A very unbalanced squad at Manchester United. And that is affecting things right now. We've got too many of the same player, really. And all of a sudden, Bruno, who wasn't a number 8, has now been turned into a number 8 and is ahead of Kobie Mainoo's only chance of getting in this team, which is a number 8. Which is kind of strange as well. Make it work out. But that is Ruben, and why if Kobie goes, everyone's going to go after Ruben. I'm pretty certain of it. We talked earlier on about what Laurie Whitwell was saying about Carlos Baleba. The only way you get past selling Kobie Mainoo is if you sign Carlos Baleba. That is it. Simple as. Okay. Right. Looking at this now, bear with me 1 second because I'm just getting through the updates on what is coming through. We do, and I did promise you that there would be some Garnacho updates as well in this. So let's get into the other news as well. Please do keep your comments coming in and opinions on Kobie into the live section. Also, pop a like on the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, everybody. Right, Kobie Mainoo done and out of the way. Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea. A deal will happen. It's just a matter of time. The Blues are waiting for Manchester United to give the green light on a 35 to 40 million deal, and then it's a here we go. That news circulating at the moment, of course, from the man himself, Fabrizio Romano. Also, in terms of Alejandro Garnacho and what else has been said, Sky Sports News in fact have come out this afternoon as well in the last couple of hours and said that Garnacho to Chelsea, there is progress finally on an agreement for a transfer fee for the player, this being the last stumbling block and probably one of the biggest stumbling blocks when it comes to Garnacho. And I don't know, Romano there saying that it's 35 to 40 million. Seems pretty cheap. United trying to hold out for 50. I'm guessing there will be some sell-on. There will be add-ons. There will be all sorts involved in this deal. And the complications of that will be explained, I'm sure, in time. But United are apparently now edging closer to agreeing with Chelsea as well. People are retweeting this. First reported 11 days ago about the deal with Garnacho, and Chelsea are now closing in on the signing of Alejandro Garnacho for Manchester United. Initial contract with the players' camp took place over a week ago, so that's 2 weeks ago. Club-to-club talks have been swift. That, again, many people are saying, so you would ask the question as to why? Why are we only talking about it now? Romano has been on at this. I said this in the morning show earlier on. Romano has been on at this for about, 2 weeks now for Garnacho? This is crazy how this hasn't happened, but it's all coming down to Garnacho saying he only wants Chelsea, and Chelsea needing to abide by their own UEFA financial rules because of them being punished already by UEFA for falling short of the financial fair play rules in Europe. So them and Aston Villa having to hit a certain mark financially, so players needed to be moved on. obviously making room in squads, agreeing the best prices that they can. Is this a good price for Manchester United? So, for instance, I'll put it to the chat right now. Alejandro Garnacho for 40 million quid, everybody. Are you taking it? Are you happy with it? Is it a good deal for United in the circumstances? Could we have got more? What are you saying, everybody? Talk to me in the chat right now, please, and let me know what you think about this. Is that enough for Garnacho? I'm tired of talking about this record. His record, it's been 2 games this season. He inherited a rubbish team with a terrible culture, and he believes in a very hard system that is not easy. Context, yeah, it is, but it's United. And if you don't think that you're going to get scrutinised as a Manchester United manager, you're in the wrong club. You're in the wrong club. So we can say what we want and we can look at it and all give our opinions. I want Ruben here till the end of the season. At least give him that 16 to 18 month period. Give him a full season with this. I just fear, and what I've always said is, I think he will be gone if the results keep on going the way they are. How long do you give him? We can't afford to fall any further behind already. Look, I think this week we beat Grimsby tonight. We beat Burnley at weekend, and going into the international break, everything calms, settles. Maybe we get a few players out, maybe a couple of players come in, maybe one player comes in, and everybody's in a different place all of a sudden. That, I think, is the complete change which can happen at any moment in the season. How many times have I said it? When United are doing well on the pitch, everything off the pitch is irrelevant. And as long as United are successful, you're always going to see different, I think, opinions of what's going on behind the scenes. I think you're going to see people saying that this is actually working. The deal for Garnacho is a good deal because we're just moving players out right now. Ruben needs to make room and get money to bring better players in. United are winning. It's a completely different look. Trust me on this. I've seen it before. I've seen the media go in different ways with United just because we're winning on the pitch. It could look like a complete car crash off the pitch, but as long as we're winning games, it doesn't matter with Manchester United. And this is the problem Ruben's got. He needs to start winning games. 40 million for Garnacho. People are going to be saying, well, we need to be spending that. That's pure profit. That should be going on a new midfielder right now. And then that brings you back into the conversation about Kobie Mainoo. If we're bringing another midfielder, is that why Kobie is actually thinking he's doing one? Because he's already behind what's there. And another player coming into them 2 midfield positions isn't going to help Kobie Mainoo's situation, is it? And that might be why the conversations are going on behind the scenes. Maybe Ruben Amorim is telling him right now, at this stage of the season, we're going to move you into this role and everything's going to be all right. This is the plan. The fact that the coach is being forced into these conversations is pretty poor. But again, that shows you how much players have got in terms of power at football clubs these days. So they're forcing the issue. They're making these conversations happen because they're not happy. And that's the problem in football in general. You only have to look at other clubs right now and what's going on with certain players that are just not playing at the moment. But again, United are in this position because of themselves. When you look at that bomb squad picture, I hate it. I hate it. I hate Leacher being in there. I don't want to see them players there. I hate Jadon Sancho and what he's doing with the club. But he's got every right to do what he's doing because he's under contract. And you can't have it both ways, can you? The club want you out. Nobody talks about it. When a player's holding out a club to ransom because he wants out, it's a different story. Nobody talks about what the club are doing to players. It's all about what the player are doing to clubs. But what you have to remember all the time is Manchester United created this with poor recruitment and overpaying players because they didn't have the right people working for the football club at the time. And now we are playing catch up and some to every single football club in this league. It is embarrassing. It really is embarrassing for Manchester United. And we are going to be stuck here for a little while longer yet in terms of trying to get these players out. Right, more comments in, please, everybody. Pile into the live chat. So make sure that you do like the video as well, everyone. For Ruben, to say Kobbie is in competition with Bruno is ludicrous. Competition makes players better. Sub him and make him want to play better instead of sticking with Bruno. Untouchable, it seems. Bruno's performances have not been up to scratch. So why is he getting different treatment? Is it because he's been good before? Look, everybody who managed Manchester United over the last 10 years has always gone to Bruno Fernandes. He's always been the go-to. Now, that tells you a lot about the player's mentality as well. And I don't think I've said this before. Look, this isn't the player's fault. The players are all in this. And as much as we can argue and hate on their mentality and their attitude to football, which I do, they're in a very privileged position and they're really taking the mick out of that position, in my opinion. The club put them there. And that's what we always have to remember. It's the club's fault for the poor recruitment around Manchester United. I think tonight, you know what is going to be interesting tonight? It's like the team news will drop for Manchester United, probably while we're live on this show. And that's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting for Manchester United fans because it's going to tell us a few things. All of a sudden, if Kobie Mainoo's playing tonight and he stars, all the talk goes away. If he isn't in the lineup tonight, I will start to believe that something is happening because there's no excuse. If he plays Bruno tonight and Kobie isn't in that starting lineup, the writing's on the wall. I think he plays. And I think this starts to drift away because Kobie will have a starring role tonight. And I know it's only Grimsby, but still, you can only play who's in front of you. I think Kobie starts tonight. And I think everything sorts itself out after. If he isn't, the rumour mill is going to be rife with conversations of Kobie Mainoo officially now wanting away from United and looking likely to leave Manchester United. I was listening to Sky Sports earlier on, and the general conversation is it's that much common knowledge right now, and there's that many reports on it, that everybody's sources are pretty much the same, and everyone's saying the same thing. Kobie Mainoo is open to leaving United, and United are actually open to selling him if the right price comes in. They're saying watch this next 5 days with Kobie because they're going to be big. They're going to be huge, in fact. It is a worry. It's a massive worry, isn't it, right now with Kobie? And I do get to a point where I'm starting to struggle to see how he actually gets back in at United. I'm hoping he starts tonight. And like I said, it starts to drift away. But I've not got my hopes up. More on this in a minute, but a few more comments in first of all. Adam, it's almost like you changed your mind under pressure from the fan base. Amorim needs 2 seasons, 3 windows, was communicated till then. We're a project. If it doesn't work, we still recruiting well. We're recruiting well, mate. I haven't changed my mind. I've just said I want Ruben in throughout. It's not up to me. My fear for him is he will go. I didn't say I wanted him out, Markash. I think you made that one up there, mate. I actually said I want Ruben to stay and be successful. He needs as much time as the other managers have. But I know how football works. His record is poor. Incredibly poor. And that pressure will mount, mates. I'm just stating the obvious. You're only going to get realism here on Forever United TV. You know that, buddy. And that's the stance on it. Unfortunately, Ruben Amorim might not get the time he deserves for the job that he's done behind the scenes because everybody wants results. And like I said, Manchester United won't be bothered about Ruben Amorim. The reporters won't be bothered about Ruben Amorim. There'll be nothing written about him because he's winning games. And that's all it will ever be at Manchester United. It's as simple as that. Will Kobie start tonight? Is the poll running right now? 80% of you have said yes on this one. Confident that he will. Team news is dropping very, very soon, everybody. Let's see what we've got else in here. He's another mercenary. He shouldn't play, says Maria. Rudresh says... talking to someone else. 40 million isn't bad if there's add-ons and sell-on clause. He's not staying there more than 2 seasons because he's failed or successful and it's Spain bound. Yeah, failed. If he is a success, they'll sell him for big money. United should get a sell-on clause on that. Neville had a better record than Ruben. Yeah, that has been put out there today online. Neville's record at Valencia that everybody's laughed at was actually better than Ruben Amorim's at United. Look, I've seen every single stat just trying to pile on top of Ruben Amorim. Just today alone, throughout the week, like that all goes away if he starts winning games. But that's the hardest thing in this league. It is. Atil says, What are they meeting about? Sack Amorim, sell Bruno, get Baleba, play a system that actually works. See, people are already giving up on Ruben. People wanting him out and gone. 3-4-2-1 will not work. All he has to do is play 4-2-3-1. Dorgu, Yoro, Delit, Mazraoui, Mainoo, Agate, Cunha, Bruno, and Bumo, Sesko. Simples. Stu's got it sussed in there in the chat. He has. I wish it was that easy. Neil Warnock has a better record than Amorim. See, piling in, everybody. And it's not because everyone in this chat right here wants to. This has been plastered all over social media. Today, yesterday, everyone is talking about it. All that matters is Man United. And if United are doing bad, then everybody's in on it. By the way, Napoli are actually interested in Kobie Mainoo and have emerged as one of the front runners to sign the young Man United midfielder. So this is now getting to a stage where we're actually getting clubs coming out that are interested. There is a lot of interest in Kobie at home. There is an awful lot of interest abroad for him as well, because it's not often that you see a player of this age and this quality available on the market with the opportunity to create a big contract for him, because he's on absolutely peanuts right now. This is an absolute steal for somebody right now, with a club that plays a certain way that will fit Kobie Mainoo. Right now for United, it's not. And they're going to have to do a little bit of something here to convince Kobie, I feel, United. Do they want him? Can they sell a project to him about what Manchester United are going to be going into the future? All of this is hopefully being discussed right now. Napoli, again, they've probably seen what happened with Scott McTominay and thought, you know what, we'll go and take Kobie as well. If Scott McTominay works from United's academy for us, I'm sure Kobie will as well. It'll be painful watching two of our academy players playing elsewhere, winning trophies, while we're languishing where we are in the Premier League. That will be bad. Can't stand Sancho. Summit there, says Jack. Thanks for the super chat, mate. I can guess what that explanatory word is there, mate. United are due a massive win, scoring loads of goals. Once that happens under Amorim, we won't stop and the results will be better. Patience. I hope you are right, Jack. And it is always good to absolutely smash a team to pieces just to build that confidence up, isn't it? So, yeah, I actually hope that does happen. Tonight, we should be getting goals tonight. Manchester United 20 times better than Grimsby. I am expecting goals tonight from United. I'm looking forward to the game, in fact, because I think it's probably the perfect tonic to the game at weekend with Burnley. Going into that game this weekend off the back of a very, very good result, I think is exactly what Manchester United need. I think it's perfect setup and perfect preparation. Andreas with the super chat also says Kobie has 2 years on his contract and 2 games in need a win. Yeah, he has 2 years on his contract, but United, I think, do have the option for another year. So definitely hold the advantage over Kobie Mainoo in the contract side of things. And if he was to go, I think United would demand a pretty hefty bid. Although, remember this morning we were talking about Manchester United actually being open to selling Kobie Mainoo for less than 45 million? Phew, that's ridiculous. Surely not. I mean, I know he's not the finished article and he hasn't really proved much, but he's worth more than 45, isn't he? Also, keep your comments coming in regarding Alejandro Garnacho, everybody, please. 40 million. Looks like it's getting closer to Garnacho leaving for Chelsea. Fabrizio Romano is reporting on that this evening, saying that this now is getting close to the here we go. Ben in the chat says, if you drive straight to the south coast and puts in a straight bid on Baleba, it's all good. He can go. Well, United to go 1 up, go down 2-1 and win 3-2. We also have at least 1 controversial goal. That's a bold prediction. Get a bet on that, please, mate, and let me know what the odds are. That would be something. Let's see what else we've got here. I'm going 5-0 United, Sesko hat-trick. Oof, that's hopefully Sesko plays. I really do hope that he does. Diego Leon is with the squad tonight, says Stephen Railsford of the MEN. Will we see Diego Leon tonight? Could well be. I'm expecting a lot of changes tonight for United. One player I don't expect to be in the squad tonight is Casemiro. He has also made it very clear that he wants to see out his contract at Manchester United. Another player that could have been sold this summer, but he's going to wait out that big contract. He's said that he wants to play in the World Cup. His best chances of playing in the World Cup are at Manchester United. Of course they are. And that is by seeing out his contract and getting into Ancelotti's Brazil side for the new World Cup coming up this summer. Onana seen with squad as well. So Onana is in the house, everybody. Is he going to be playing? Lots of questions around the Manchester United starting lineup are going to start to circulate, I think, tonight. Like we said before, there are several subplots to this game tonight in terms of the Manchester United starting lineup. Oh, hang on a minute. Are we got a tweet out here? We actually could be getting a here we go tonight, you know. Fabrizio Romano, blue love heart, 2 egg timers, a Argentina flag, and hashtag CFC on a repost for Garnacho from yesterday. Romano knows something. Garnacho is about to become a Chelsea player. It could even happen tonight, this one. Are we going to be talking extras tonight, or is this going to break in the morning? But we are getting very, very close, it seems, to an announcement for Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea. 40 million looks like it's going to be the price. 35 to 40 million. Maybe it's 35 with 5 in add-ons. Easy add-ons, I don't know. But Romano is saying 35 to 40 million pounds for Garnacho. The here we go is very, very close, it would seem, everyone. So please do keep your comments coming in on Garnacho. 40 million. Kobie Mainoo is in the house. Kobie is here, pictured walking into Blundell Park by Jamie Jackson. So we know that Kobie's here. So clearly there is a squad position for him tonight. So far, let's just see. There's actually, I'm just watching a video where Ruben has arrived. He's walking down pitch side. That's all I've seen. I'm just checking out all of the images. And what we've got, Luke Shaw and Lenny Yo have been rested while Diego Leon has arrived with the squad. So Shaw and Yoro are both out. Kobie is there. Leon is there. Onana is there as well. I can see a few young lads there as well. Looks like Aiden Heaven is also there as well. Yeah, just getting pictures. Of course, Tom Eaton is there. That's the needs must, obviously. Looks like Benjamin Sesko I've just seen there has walked past. So, yeah, interesting. Let's see what the team is. Also in this as well, Man United admire Martin Hillman and Adam Wharton as potential alternatives to Carlos Baleba. That's from Laurie Whitwell. Again, does he know more? Does he know something else? I don't see any of them players signing for United right now. I don't see anyone coming in at all in that department unless it's Carlos Baleba. I'm fully convinced of that now. I really am. Make sure that you do come and join us and carry on the stream for the watch along. We are building up to the game. We're going to be talking about all of the stuff going on at Blundell Park and the build up to the game itself very, very soon after we finish this live stream. We want to get through all the rest of the news. And obviously the biggest news is Kobie Mainoo, but I think while we've been live, I'm going to get your comments on this now. The news that Romano is breaking and talking about right now, everybody, and that is his cryptic clues on a retweet about Garnacho to Chelsea. 40 million is the price, everyone. Let me know if you think that is good. 30% sell on, I pray, says Amacho. Onana to steal the show with an amazing error. Don't say that. Sell Garner and Kobie to pay for Mount's brilliant business. Mount's doing all right. Well, Domingo's not happy. Chelsea getting a Manchester United Academy graduate in Garnacho is great business for Chelsea. If he works out well, it is. Sesko should be starting. 40 million, take it and run for Ghana, says Carl. Good riddance to Garnacho, you sausage, says Jack. It gets rid of a problem player, so take the money and run. Everybody seems happy at the moment. Adam, today is Wednesday and still no mention of a midfielder. I'm worried we're running out of time. Well, maybe this news on Garnacho gives us that financial freedom to go out and get somebody. I think that's what we're probably going to look at with this here. Maybe this is actually giving us the opportunity to go out and get somebody in now. That could be the case. You don't know. You don't know with this at the moment. Behind the scenes, United might have something ready to go. I'm praying. I know, mate. I know. But still, you have to think, don't you? Okay, Ben Jacobs. Right, this is interesting. On Garnacho again, everyone. So, I understand Chelsea have made progress on Alejandro Garnacho in the past 24 hours as they hope to strike a deal for under Manchester United's $50 million asking price. Nothing agreed yet between the clubs, but the gulf in valuation is now smaller. All parties still expect the deal to happen. So it does look like Manchester United's compromise is getting closer to where Chelsea feel that they want to pay. This right now, for me, looks like 50 million. Chelsea were at 30. It's always going to be in around that 40 mark. I've been saying this for days. I think this is where it's going to be, and this is what the deal is going to be for United. 40 million is a Manchester United record transfer out of the football club since Cristiano Ronaldo. It is the most profitable transaction that Manchester United have done. Garnacho will be the biggest sale out of this club since Cristiano Ronaldo, which is absolutely ridiculous. But, again, goes back to what I said at the start of the show. Like, look where Manchester United are. Look at the business that we've actually done. And this right now will start to pose questions, and people will start asking them, as in like, right, you've just sold Garnacho for 40 million. Okay, we bought Benjamin Sesko for 73. We bought Bryan Mbeumo for 65. We're not counting Matheus Cunha because he was on last summer's financials because he was bought in June. So effectively, you're on July 1st all the way up to the end of this window. That's Manchester United's summer. So you've got 73 and you've got 65 there. And then you take another 40 million off that. You're basically hitting around about the 100 million mark so far spent for Manchester United in this transfer window. Because the June one would have been the last one. You get what I'm saying with that. That's how Liverpool did it this summer as well. The extra transfer window give clubs a chance. And fans will say, that's not enough. That's not enough. We haven't spent enough. The net spend is shocking. And don't forget, Manchester United can spend and go over by 140 million in terms of PSR. I don't think we're anywhere near that with what we spent. And don't forget, you still got to get rid of Rasmus Højlund. You got to get rid of Antony, Malacia, Jadon Sancho. All of them adding up to Manchester United's total net spend. At the moment, if we don't bring anybody else in and all of them players leave, Manchester United's net spend for this financial year in this transfer window, officially, because we can't count Cunha because he was on last year's, is less than 100 million quid. Kind of think that there's something else in the offing. United usually always spend 200, just over 200 million every transfer window. Last summer's was 270 million if you add Matheus Cunha to it. At the moment, if Garnacho is sold, we're at about 200 million quid. Sorry, 100 million quid. Is there a 100 million purchase in there for Carlos Baleba? You don't know. Maybe. We might be lucky enough. The team is in. The team is in, and Kobie Mainoo starts for Manchester United. It is Onana in goal. Dalot, Maguire, Cunha, Dorgu, Ahmad, Ugarte, Heaven, Sesko, Fredrickson, and Mainoo. So it looks like the back three is Aiden Heaven, Tyler Fredrickson, and Harry Maguire. Dalot, one wing back, Dorgu, the other wing back. Maybe we've got Ahmad and Cunha as the 10s, and Sesko up front. On the bench is Xerxes. It looks like Mantato, Mount, Fred. I'm just going to bring this up closer so I can see it. Sorry. Bayindir, Heaton, De Ligt, Leon, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Mounts, Mbeumo, and Xerxes are on the bench for Manchester United tonight. So that is your team as it is. With more on that when we move on to the watch along in just a moment's time when this stream has finished. But in terms of Manchester United spend there, please, everyone, get in there and let me know what you think. Talk to me about the optimism in your mind where you feel like there is another transfer coming in. With us only spending a certain amount of money, Do you feel like there's something else in the offing here for Manchester United? Could there be another signing for United coming forward? Let me know. Get into the comment section on this, please, everybody, because this is, I think, this is an interesting take on everything that's going on. Because I think if we do get rid of Garnacho, you add all of the other sales up. Manchester United are looking to get in loan fees with permanent transfers on top of them. Garnacho is always going to be the big sale for Manchester United. And I think that now is quite clear with what's happened. So when we look at it, when we look at Manchester United now, what we've spent, can we get anyone else in at this point? I think if Kobie Mainoo did leave Manchester United, United will go all out for another player. I actually think that the fan base is going to be pretty upset if we sell Garnacho and get rid of all the other players and don't at least try to get another midfielder in. I don't believe there is any other midfielder at the moment out there that United want apart from Carlos Baleba. And until someone comes out and says that United are 100% out of the race again, I still will believe that there's a chance we can go out and get Carlos Baleba. That for me is still a definite possibility. I really do think that it is. And when you look at it, I think overall, I think we can still afford him. I think it is still doable. So I look at Carlos Baleba, what's happened to him. Like I said on the previous, the previous show earlier on, at midday, when we was talking about what Laurie Whitwell had said, like it never say die, like it's not dead yet, the deal for Carlos Baleba. I think Manchester United could actually still, I feel, go in and test Brighton. I think they've just been waiting for money to come in. I think they've been waiting for something to happen in the outgoings. I think they would have hoped it would have happened sooner. And I think they still have a hope that they will get the deal done for Garnacho and the other players and have time to go in and get a player from Brighton in Carlos Baleba, because Brighton, I think, will be up for this. I explained it all earlier on. I don't want to go into too much detail again. If you want to know the details of the Carlos Baleba one and what's happening, go back and watch that video later on or in the morning, because you've got too much to watch tonight, because straight after this show we're going to be heading over to the watch along, which is obviously all set up already for you, so hopefully you're all going to join us over there as well. Let's get some more comments in first of all on all of the news going on, everybody. So stay with us for a bit. We're going to get all of the comments around and then all of the news and check on everything before we get into the football side of things tonight. Sesko, Cunha, Ahmad, Mainoo, Agate, people talking about the team as well. Yeah, the team is out for tonight. More on that when we go over in a minute. But Kobie Mainoo is starting tonight, everybody. So too is Andre Onana, and Benjamin Sesko also starts tonight for Manchester United. And funnily enough, Ahmad is back in his normal position up in number 10 as well. I hope we smash Grimsby, but it's only Grimsby. Burnley is the game we need to win. It 100% is the game we need to win. Definitely. We need Cunha and Sesko to score and Mbeumo off the bench. We need them all off the mark ASAP. It is that confidence boost, isn't it, that once these players do get off the mark, they can then start to look at the games ahead. It sort of gets rid of that weight. It takes the weight off their shoulders, doesn't it, in terms of goal scoring. Once they have that relief, it all starts to fall into place. Yeah, I get it. It is what it is, isn't it? I think when a player starts scoring goals, you usually start getting a glut of them. And I think there's a few, like all of Man United signings need a goal. I mean, I agree with what Ginge says there. We definitely need our players to start bagging. There's already some really bad predictions going in there. Come on, people. United are not going to lose to Grimsby tonight. We are going to smash Grimsby tonight. We're going to be celebrating goals on the watch-along because it's going to be one of them games. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. By the way, everyone, 500 likes. Thank you so much. Really amazing stuff again, everyone, throughout the day and throughout this summer. Thank you again. Please pop a like on the video. Also, make sure that you hit that subscribe button as well, everyone. Just going to run through the actual news again, so you're all up to date. I know a few people have joined us in preparation for kickoff time coming just over an hour away. We are going to be doing a watch-along after this show. I keep saying it, but I'm just reminding everyone. Kobie Mainoo meetings on his future with Ruben Amorim are happening, says Fabrizio Romano. Still uncertain as to what's happening. Guarantee you tonight Kobie Mainoo doesn't do any media duties. Hopefully Kobie has a good game tonight. I really do pray that he has a good game for United. And it all gets blown over and everything can move forward. Garnacho is moving very, very close to the exit door at United. Fabrizio Romano has just put a cryptic tweet out, retweeting his own tweet that the deal is edging closer. The reported fee for Garnacho is in the region of 35 to 40 million pounds. This is apparently the compromise. United wanted 50, Chelsea went 30, 25-30. Ben Jacobs has also come out tonight and said that Manchester United and Chelsea are now a lot closer to the price that United want. I reckon it's going to be 40. I think it's 40, potential 5 million in add-ons, and it's going to be around the 45 million pound mark. So, yeah, I think Manchester United are getting closer to what they want. And eventually we will get a here we go for Garnacho. If that here we go happens for Garnacho, it could prompt United into moving for another midfielder. We will see. But don't forget, Garnacho leaving Manchester United for £40 million would be the biggest transfer fee we have received as a football club since Cristiano Ronaldo. And that needs to be talked about because that is ridiculous. How it's taken that long to get anywhere near that. It just goes to show what United have created at this football club over the last decade. A load of crap when it comes to transfer fees. And United right now, so this is also something that you've got to pay attention to. And I'm not blowing smoke up their arse here with this either, but since Ineos have been in, the 2 summers they've had now back-to-back record transfer fees for players leaving the football club. And they have been Scott McTominay and Alejandro Garnacho. Funnily enough, 2 academy graduates that made it to United's first team sold for pure profits in the region of combined, if Garnacho goes for 40, 70 million quid. If United can keep this going and buy in and recruit the right players, the club's going in the right direction. It's just making sure you've got the right people doing the right jobs at a football club. And we all know over the last 10 years before Ineos came in and put this football structure in place, that hasn't been the case. And United now are looking more and more likely to be operating in a better way, I feel, going forward. Let's get some more comments in here and get as many opinions in as we possibly can. One from Alex Crook, not a comment, he's not in the chat. I just brought up another thing here. Chelsea are close to an agreement with Manchester United for Garnacho. Fee could be as little as 35 million plus add-ons. There it is again. That's what I thought it might be. I think United get 40 to 45 personally. I hope it's more than 35, I really do. That is United really crumbling at that point. But we know the problem that we've got with Garnacho. And I feel there'll be a lot of United fans not happy with this. But then again, I think there's a lot of fans, and there's a few of them in the chat right now with us. I think are actually just saying, look, just take the money and run. It's a problem, he's gone, and you've got some money in the bank account to maybe use and go forward. Because let's not forget, it is pure profit. And United can use this to their advantage. It does give us a little bit more financial freedom if we wanted to do anything. And the stories I was talking about earlier on from Laurie Whitwell about Carlos Baleba, Whitwell has also said that United are interested in Adam Wharton and Martin Hjulmand, but sees both of them deals as unlikely. If United were going to go and spend that much money, it would be going back in for Carlos Baleba and making that happen, I feel. So, yeah. And that is where we're at right now. Manchester United, in fact, I feel, are still going to go and test the waters with Baleba. I think they're going to go and see what they can do. I just got a feeling. Look, I might be completely wrong. And I'm a hopeful Manchester United fan, hoping that we do find a way to go back in and bid for Carlos Baleba. I really do. I hope that is the case. I really hope that is the case for United. and they see a chance in going back in for Baleba, and we make it happen. I would love to see a midfield of Baleba and Kobie Mainoo. I would. That is the dream that I've got. I think that is a brilliant combination of midfielders there. And Bruno Fernandes is fighting with the 10s up front, like he should be doing. Like, there's no reason why Mbeumo is a guaranteed starter, or Cunha. Between Bruno, Ahmad, Mount, Cunha, Mbeumo, Xerxes, they've all got to fight for their place in this side. It's great to have options, but one man is getting away with it at the moment constantly from the past, from past performances, and that's Bruno. And I love him. I think he has been the saviour for this football club for many a years. But it's time, isn't it? It is time that he also had to get in line. If he's not playing well, he needs to get in line with everybody else. David in the chat says, Amorim is going to crash out his formation and system. They're obviously not working at United. This isn't Sporting Lisbon geezer. Garnacho for 50 million. If Chelsea also take Sancho, then 45 million for the two combined. Don't get that. Don't get that one. Sorry. Adam Garnacho is another Sancho. Red flags there. Get him gone. Take the money and get someone else in. Do we need to go out and buy someone else now that we've sold Garnacho? It looks like Garnacho is going, everybody. Is that the case? Is that what we're looking at right now? I feel like there's a lot of fans now that look at Garnacho leaving. Even if it is, like what they're saying, 35, 40 million, that for them, for a lot of fans, would be... That's enough money there to go out and buy somebody else and get someone we really need. I don't think this fan's going to be letting United off if we don't go out and get somebody. Like I just said, 100 million net spend if we sell Garnacho this summer. That's where we're at. And we still could get more off that by selling Anthony Malacia, Sancho, Rasmus, maybe an Arnoff as well. It's big. It is big. So let's see if Manchester United can get what they want for them players. And then we'll go from there, eh? But I still feel like we're in a position where we need, ideally, to be, I think, buying players that are better than what we've got. No player better. And obviously, just on that team news there, I forgot to mention it when we was talking about everyone else. No Rasmus Højlund again, everybody. So that obviously tells you that deal is getting closer and closer. We're expecting that. We was expecting something today, but it didn't come. So, yeah, let's see now with Rasmus Højlund if we do get more confirmation. This is the third game in a row where he's not in the match day squad. So, yeah, really, really interesting. Look, that is it for tonight, everybody. We're going to have a short break, probably a 5-minute break. The watch-along is down and starting at 15:15. We're probably going to start it a bit sooner than that. Just going to grab a quick drink, so please do join us over there on the watch-along. You will be redirected in just a moment's time. So thank you again, mods, in this show. We are back-to-back tonight because of the watch-along. Please come and join us now on the watch-along. Which is going to start in just a few moments' time. I'm going to be concentrating fully on the game against Grimsby even. But for now, everybody, that is it. Thank you very much. I will see you all over on the watch.